sketchy because there's a turn, but and I gotta make sure there's like no cops. That was a little sketchy. What's up guys, today's video I will finally be installing the mid pipe. It will be CATLESS, so it will be a lot louder than it is now. It should sound a whole lot better, and currently it is the night before. I am going to be dropping off to the shop to get everything installed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get the car back in the garage, and I'm going to go and start packing up some of the stuff just because I do have a box that has a mid pipe. I'm also going to put some of the oil in there because I'm going to get him to go and do the oil change for me. And I actually did buy something from AutoZone today to maybe help hopefully bypass the O2 sensors. Got some spark plug non-foulers. I will show you guys that in a second and what it is and what it's supposed to do. So I guess I underestimated the size of this trunk for some reason, but I did have to lay the seat down. You can see that. This is a spark plug non-fouler, and hopefully I bought the right one. I think I did because there was like 2 options or so, but the other one didn't have a set of 2 because I think I'm gonna need a set of 2. Because I think what you gotta do is one of these you will have to take a half bit drill and drill it out. I think it's on this side. And the one that you didn't thread will go on top of the one that you drilled into, and then that should be able to plug into like the little bong area. So hopefully this will work. But I mean, I guess everything's now in the trunk and ready to go. So I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, good morning guys, welcome back. And today we are going to be heading out to the shop. It is probably the last cold start that you guys will hear. I'm going to try to get a couple clips just of me driving, that way you guys can hear what the before sound would be like. I'm going to try not to bore you guys just with a whole bunch of driving clips though of me going out here. Because I know you clicked on the video for one reason and one reason only, is to hear the car without cats. Currently pulling up to the shop, so I guess the next clip after this that you'll see will finally be the car with the mid pipe on. I did just pick up my car from the shop, and I will say it is a whole lot louder. I do want to eventually try to get some like outside POV shots. I mean, it sounds pretty dang good, I'm not gonna lie. It is like extremely loud. I did do a rev match, and I mean it made somebody pop their head and everything. It is a lot louder, which does kind of suck because I do have a really loud car now and it's slow, but I mean, oh well. It's still not as loud as you can get it, I guess, but I mean, I'm cruising at 4th gear right now. I mean, it's pretty loud. Let's see what 5th is like. I mean, yeah, 5th is pretty normal. I mean, it's pretty nice. Doesn't really sound like obnoxious or anything. The good thing is whenever I was driving through like town, whenever I was leaving the shop, I mean, it seems like I will be able to still keep it pretty tame if I wanted to. So that does make me pretty happy. But I mean, it does sound pretty nasty, I'm not gonna lie. I will say that so far those non-foulers seem to be working. I don't have a check engine light, which is a good thing. And hopefully it'll stay off. And I guess, I mean, that's a good $20 fix if I did that every once in a while. What I may end up doing, just because I am trying to get home right now, but I may try to take the car out later, maybe another day, and I might try to use the GoPro because it is kind of hard to drive with my phone in my hand right now. All right, so it is now the next day. I figured I would go ahead and take the car out. So it is definitely a whole lot louder, as you can tell. But since I have driven around a little bit, I do think it is a whole lot better. And I had took my brother for a ride earlier, so it is still a little bit warm. I have a video with his reaction in it. It may or may not be up. Oh, about stalled there. It may or may not be uploaded pretty soon. So far I am loving it a whole lot more. The only thing that does suck is I don't really think there's any sneaking around anymore. I will say it sounds a whole lot better though. I mean, I don't know why it took me so long to do it. I did have Flowmasters on the car before, and I just didn't really want to, I guess, have that with no cats because I thought it was going to sound like really like tin canny. The Fox body, it's 4-cylinder, but which, if you are wondering, I do have boreless stingers in the back, and I think it sounds crazy good. I don't know how it sounds outside the car. It's probably extremely loud. That's just like barely rolling into it. I mean, it definitely makes noise whenever you want to make noise. I can still somewhat tame it, which is surprising since it has no cats. But it's not as easy to tame. I mean, I'm going 35 at about 1700 RPM. I mean, it's fairly quiet. And whenever I've had the windows up, and it's still pretty quiet too. I will rev match eventually, but like, it is so loud whenever you rev match. Like the downshifts are just absolutely brutal, and it makes it sound a whole lot nastier than what it is. It sounds like it should have like 600 or 700 horsepower, but it don't. It's just a little slow 2-valve. It's definitely really fun just cruising it though. Like I said, I can open it up pretty much whenever I want. Like, man, it sounds so good. And honestly, like red matching. It's definitely pretty obnoxious that sometimes this cow's looking in his mirror. That's one thing, is it definitely attracts a lot more attention now that it's a lot louder. Okay. I don't know where that person thinks they're going. This thing has to sound so nasty outside of the car, because right now, I mean, I know 2-valves are known for sounding crazy good, but like, dude, this thing is really good, and I'm in love with the way it sounds right now. I'm not gonna lie. And the good thing is, I mean, even with no cats, yes, I still have the stock manifolds, but I don't personally think it's anywhere as loud as like Corsas on like these newer cars, which is kind of a good thing, because I wasn't wanting to be like too obnoxious to where like everybody was gonna look at me like, dude, you have such a loud car, like chill out. But oh baby, I love it. This car, you can have so much fun in it, just driving like so slow. That's one thing I do love about 2-valves. Yeah, they lack a lot of power, but they're so fun to drive. I feel like I don't get as many pops though as I used to. I mean, it still kind of pops a little bit, but it's not as much, I don't think. Here comes the bridge. Let's see how much different this thing sounds. Oh yeah, that was just in 4th gear too, but I mean, it's crazy. It's such a huge difference. I am very happy with it, honestly. Dude, I mean, just that little bit of like barely getting RPM is just so good. Love it. I know this thing would sound really good with long tubes, but I feel like there's no point in doing that unless I'm doing like a supercharger or something. Just listen to this. Man, I'm not even getting in, I'm just barely driving. It's just so good. If you guys haven't already, please leave a like. It helps me and it goes a long way. It helps me be able to do more stuff like this and maybe have even crazier projects in the future. And if you do enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe. I mean, we just hit 1,500 subscribers, which I'm extremely grateful for. I never would imagine that I would actually be making YouTube videos and making money from it and everything, from something I actually like. So I do greatly appreciate you guys, more than you know. May try to do first gear right here. I don't know, it's kind of sketchy because there's a turn, but yeah, I gotta make sure there's like no cops. That was a little sketchy. I can't really get away with doing that stuff anymore though, because the car is a lot louder, so you can definitely hear me from a little bit away. Love this thing, dude. It definitely gave me that spark again to start doing stuff to it. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I was really wanting a Coyote, and I was so tempted to go sell this thing. Which I mean, I still want one. I hate to part ways with this because I know everybody always regrets like selling one a 2-valve, and another thing is just that this is my first car technically. So like, I would hate parting ways with it, because I mean, I always think, even if it's no different than what it is now, say I'm like 60 and I have a lot of money and I could be able to afford to keep this, I think it would be really fun and cool to have this just sitting in the corner of my shop or something, to be like known as like my first car type of thing or something. I think that'd be really sick. New car. I mean, it really does. And I mean, I don't think it really gave me any more horsepower like you're supposed to whenever you get mid-pipe. I mean, maybe a little bit more torque and everything, because it is maybe a little bit different, just because it doesn't have as much stuff blocking it like the Cats. But I mean, I don't really notice it that much. I mean, it really does just feel like a whole new car. Say one thing, I cannot wait to take it out to like those little like mountain roads and everything that I go to. It will sound really crazy out there because it'll be bouncing off all the trees and everything, and some of the little bit of a mountain walls. I think that'd be sick. Maybe I'll try to do that this weekend or something, or whatever the case may be. I know I'll definitely get out there pretty soon. I guess that's pretty much gonna be the end of the video. I mean, I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know if you like the exhaust before, or if you like it now. Which one do you think's better? I guess other than that, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.